Let's be honest, y'all. Ever since I first FaceTime you guys, we knew that this would happen. It was just a matter of when. And also, I know about my body. I know about the pictures that I have taken. Because, guys, let's just be honest, we've all done it. And one thing, I'm just not going to be ashamed of it. You know what? I'm not going to be ashamed of it. I'm not choosing to be. Because, you know what? Free the nipple. You know what I say to that? Free the balls. Right. I mentioned it the last time I called you guys that I have been dealing with a blackmailing situation. Now, this isn't a full they hit the third tower moment. This isn't that. This is something different, okay? The thing about me and my life that I think you all know is that at this point, there's not even a city left because every single tower has been hit at this point. Every, 3 weeks, there's some sort of PR disaster, PR crisis happening in my damn life. The thing about this whole situation is it's not like it was something on, the hot guys of YouTube Reddit. It's not that. It's on
poop
Reddit. Really, y'all? I've dealt with some things in my life. Emotional, spiritual, physical torture. So that was my mom. I can't help but feel that, in a sense, I have sort of conjured this myself. Because I'm kind of crazy. I said it, I'm kind of crazy. So I feel like, to some people, it could be believable that I was doing all this. Right. Let me just go on record here and now, before things get out of hand and I get into the details. I am not into poopy stoopy. I'm not into that, okay? If you are, good for you. But I'm not into that, okay? And you guys just need to believe me, please. I hope that at this point, y'all know I'm an open book. If I was, I'd say, yeah, I like a little poopy doopy. So what? But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the opposite. Again, if you are, more power to you, okay? That's just not me. That's just not me. So we're just going to get into it. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say that on Grindr, people shouldn't lead with a picture of their nudes, okay? You can if you want. That's not what I do. Usually I have at least some conversation before we get to that point. And it is strange how, normalized it is to just do that. It's like you're shopping for a new Prius or something. Which reminds me. Once again, Grindr, as much as I love you guys, y'all are preying on my downfall, okay? Y'all are preying on it. Because a couple months ago at this point, someone reached out on Grindr. They said they found my location from LinkedIn. They were hacking the mainframe. And they said, just thought I should let you know, I saw your nudes on Twitter. And as you would expect, me reading that, my response was, did I look good? And you know what the person said? That I did. And they said if I'm ever in Atlanta or Arizona and I want them, that I should go. And you know what? I might. I did ask them if they remember what page it was on, where they saw it, and they said that they didn't remember because they were just scrolling and gooning, which I totally relate to, but I was also then you didn't throw it a like? But even before that, probably after the second time I FaceTimed you all, a king on Instagram reached out and he was like, hey, Diva, just thought I should let you know there's this website out there and people are on the hunt for you. I said, for me? So I did check the website and there's everyone on there's oh, I bet he's kinky and nasty and rough. Everyone's gooning on there. And I was like, guys, this is really dark-sided. But on the flip side, I felt a little flattered. Because as y'all know, on Grindr, I will send someone a face picture and they'll either just block me. Or worse, they'll just say, hey, not interested, and change their username to be hot. So could you blame a guy? Could you blame a guy for feeling a little bit wanted? Maybe. Can y'all just please promise me, okay? Grab my pinky. Please promise me that if you see a picture of me out there, that you don't look at it and you just wait for me to start an OnlyFans. That is sort of a lie, but in a sense, it is not. I didn't hear you say you promise. Just to set the scene in chronological order. First, guy on Instagram says, hey, there's this website, people are looking for you. Second, the person from Atlanta or Arizona says, hey, saw you on Twitter. Was that you? Third, the Grindr blackmail. Okay, just wait, actually. Before that, back to the person on Grindr saying, hey, your pictures are on Twitter. Apparently, someone had my album on Grindr and they used their other phone to screen record it. And I just have to say, like, hey, you know, I just rest easy knowing that the stuff I have in my album on Grindr should be hung up in the Louvre. I said it. This whole idea of things being leaked is obviously very new to me. I mean, I'm a local, but I did just move in, if that makes sense. Okay, like I heard about it happening to like Justin Bieber and all that sort of stuff, but I was like, ain't nobody want to see me. Ain't nobody want to see me. In New Zealand, for example, I'd be talking to some people on Grindr because that's just what I do, okay? We're not going to get into that, okay? My carelessness. We're not going to get into that. That's not what today's about. I'd be talking to people on Grindr in New Zealand and we'd be chatting for a bit. And then, you know, the conversation fizzled out or whatever. Or I got busy. And y'all know what I was getting busy with, okay? They'd message me after I haven't messaged them back and say, by the way, love your YouTube videos. And I was like, guys, what? People on Grindr? That actually makes perfect sense. Also, with that New Zealand thing, the guy that I hooked up with down there, what did I say? Oh yeah, I got skull fucked. The guy that did that, huge, love him, okay? Don't know why I just said huge. That's why I said huge. He's a really sweet guy, and if I'm ever going back to New Zealand, I'm knocking at his door, okay? Let's just say that. But he did, like, message me a couple weeks later, and he said, OMG, no way. And he had my Spotify playlist saved in his Spotify. And I was like, boy, there's only one way you could have gotten that, okay? And that's from being here. But I don't know where I was going with that tangent, but honestly, what I'm just about to say is that it has unlocked a new era of growth for me, okay? Because I'm not sharing my album anymore. I just say, guys, I don't have pictures on here. Sorry. Like, I'll show my face, but nothing else, okay? Nothing else. You gotta wait for the OnlyFans. Now that we're done with that, y'all, I'm sweating. I gotta run my car for a bit. I'm sweating, getting worked up. Sorry, y'all, gotta get it down my shirt. My titties are sweating. Back on your sofa. Of course, I still care. Okay, back to whatever I was talking about. We're done with that tangent. Okay, what am I saying? Okay, so it was the guy on Instagram, the guy on Grindr, and now this one on Grindr, the blackmail situation. So there was this message I got. I didn't screenshot it because I didn't really think much of it, but it was basically someone saying, hey, you owe me $150, okay? I was talking to you on Reddit, and you said that you were going to send me a video of you taking a shit. I said, boy, for $150. Make it $250. I was just like, what? I was like, you got the wrong guy. I don't even have Reddit because I'm scared of Reddit. You got the wrong guy, okay? And also, I wouldn't do that for $150. I wouldn't do that for $1,000. I don't... $10,000. But this guy persisted and was like, no, I know it's you. You're the guy on the YouTube. You were sending me links to your YouTube videos, and you sent me face pictures and stuff. And he sent the face pictures that I sent him, and they were the ones from my Grindr. They're just like cute selfies that people would say, be hot to. Nothing crazy. At that point, I was kind of confused because I was like, did I do this? And I don't know about this? Was I down bad for $150 that I'd be doing that? Not that there's anything. I don't know. I just wouldn't do that. That's just not me, okay? You can do that if you want, but I'm not doing that. I just don't want to, okay? Take it from the guy who loves cheese and eats Takis. Like, nobody wants to see me do that, okay? Let's just leave it at that. After he sent me those face pictures of me, I kind of got scared, and I was like, hey, that's not me. You got the wrong guy. I think someone's trying to scam you. Someone's trying to scam you. You got the wrong hoe. Okay? He again persisted and was like, you owe me $150. Okay? And you owe me a video of you taking a shit. And I said, I don't owe you anything. Okay? And gonna be honest, my Karen sort of came out. And I was like, I will be speaking to your manager. I kind of got a little stand-on-ish. Okay? Because I've dealt with a cease and desist. That being said, it was sent over text, so I don't know how legally binding it is. But I was like, don't send me another message or contact me, or I am going to get you in trouble, even though I don't think there's anything I could do in that situation. So I just sent that and I blocked him. And something about me is you got to really upset me for me to block you, because I just don't. I don't block people. I blocked like 5 people in my life because there's not that many people that talk to me anyways. Okay, so I can't afford to block people. Anyways, I did block this man, and then I think a couple days went by, and I did screenshot his next message because I know that some of y'all would be like, oh, you just like poopy stuff, okay? And you don't want to admit it. I don't believe you, okay? So I did screenshot this message, and attached to it, you can't see, was something very, very disheartening, if you will. For the sake of all of us, I am going to censor some of the words he said, okay? But he said, poopy butt scam me. I made edits of my willy on your face. You're on scat Reddit with a video sharding, guys, you know, guys stuff. I was sharding guys stuff mixed with diarrhea. This is my life. I save your YouTube to make AI videos of you scat playing for my $150. Oink, oink. Oh, well. I'll just sort of let that sit for a second, okay? Like $150. A video of me sharding out guys' sperm mixed with diarrhea for $150. First of all, poopy butt? Fuck you. Fuck you. Something about me is that I'm not about to go and search my name scat Reddit. That's not something I'm about to do, okay? I don't have the willpower and audacity to do that. And I'm not saying you all should too, but I just need y'all to know that if you see videos of me doing that, that's not me. I'm sweating just talking about it because why couldn't it be like my nudes leak on hot guys of YouTube subreddit? Why can't it be that? Why does it have to be scat Reddit? Only this would happen to me. To end the message with oink oink, I had no choice but to laugh, first of all. The thing is that the message wasn't even the worst part, okay? If you can imagine. Because attached to it, he sent a picture with it. And it was a picture of me. It was a picture of me from my Grindr album. And honestly, like, oh my God, I look so good in it. Okay, first of all. But overlaid on top of it was poopy butt, poop lover, all this stuff. And I was like, oh! Why couldn't it be hot guy, so sexy? Like, obviously it doesn't show up in the screenshot, and obviously I couldn't just post it here as well. Again, you have to wait for my OnlyFans. But now I'm just in this mindset of like, I can't trust nobody. I can't trust nobody because they're gonna make a subreddit about me. Okay, I can't share my album anymore and just be a freak. The bad guy Chun-Li. Again, you all pinky promised me something. I don't remember what I pinky promised you guys. But if you see pictures of me out there, don't do anything crazy like that, okay? Just start a subreddit called This is the Hottest Guy in the World and post it there, okay? If you're gonna do that. Because, in all honesty, I don't think there's anything a guy can even do about that. I don't think I can, like, get anything taken down because once something's out there, it's out there forever, okay? And that's something that I've learned. That's a lesson that I now know. Unfortunately. Because as I said, I know that I look good in them. And I love my body, okay? I love my body. Ah! But for them to be used in this diabolical oink oink poopy butt sort of situation, that shit's just twisted. It pains me to say, but with rumors like this, I don't know that I will ever get my ass ate.